Why routines are overrated. The lazy person's guide to productivity. Hey everyone, let's be real. You've probably heard a million productivity gurus tell you that routines are the secret to success. You've got your cold showers, green smoothies, sunrise meditation, and all those fun rituals. But what if I told you that all that routine stuff might actually be holding you back? Yup, we're talking about breaking free from those perfect routines and diving right into the lazy person's guide to productivity. Let's get started. Forget the fancy morning routine, just start working already. Alright, here's the thing about fancy morning routines. They're overrated. Some people have routines so elaborate, they might as well be planning a royal event. By the time they've journaled, meditated, and done yoga, they're halfway through their morning and haven't even started working yet. Why wait around? Here's my tip. Just start working. Get up, grab a coffee if you need it, and dive right into something productive. Skip the fluff. Skip the woo-woo routines. Just jump in. You're starting with fresh energy, and it's all yours to spend on real work. You'll thank yourself when you realize you're halfway done with the day's toughest task before most people have even brewed their artisanal coffee. Go big or go back to bed. Start with the hardest task first. So we've all got that one thing on the list we just don't want to touch. Maybe it's hard, maybe it's boring, maybe you just don't feel like it. Well, here's a little productivity hack. Do that thing first. It's called eating the frog. It might sound gross, but think about it. If you knock out the hardest task right away, everything else is a piece of cake. Plus, you won't spend the whole day dreading it. Trust me, do the hard thing and watch your productivity go through the roof. Once you get that monster of a task out of the way, you feel like a productivity ninja. Everything else, smooth sailing. Social media and dopamine, the distraction loop. Look, we all do it. Rolling over in bed, reaching for the phone, and diving headfirst into a quick Instagram scroll, or Twitter, or TikTok. I mean, it's just a few minutes, right? Except 5 minutes later, you're deep in some random dog video, or worse, looking up vacation pictures from your cousin's friend's ex. Here's the deal. Every time you scroll, your brain gets a little hit of dopamine, that feel-good chemical. But when you start your day with a dopamine high from social media, you're tricking your brain into feeling like it's already accomplished something, when really, you haven't done a thing. Save the scrolling for later and keep that dopamine reserved for the real stuff. Focus on one thing for a longer period. Who's guilty of trying to do all the things in one day? I know I am, but guess what? It doesn't work. Trying to tackle 10 different tasks all at once just leaves you exhausted and unproductive.
So, here's the move. Pick one thing, just one, and focus on it. Work on that one thing for as long as you can. Monotasking is basically the productivity superpower we all need. But keep ignoring. Pretend you're in the 90s. No distractions, no switching, just you and your task, old school style. When in doubt, do nothing. Now here's the weirdest tip you'll hear all day. Can't get motivated to work? Don't try to force it, just do absolutely nothing. Sounds odd, right? But boredom is magic. When you sit in silence with no distractions, your brain starts to go nuts looking for something, anything to do. Pretty soon, you'll get so bored that even the most boring tasks will start to look exciting. You'll actually want to start working. So next time you're struggling to focus, don't scroll, don't fidget, just sit. Let the boredom grow. and let your brain beg you to do something productive.
The boredom shock experiment. Quick science fact. In one experiment, people were put in a room with nothing to do except give themselves tiny electric shocks. And guess what? A bunch of them actually chose to shock themselves rather than just sit there. That's how much people hate boredom. But here's what we can learn from that. Boredom can actually be a powerful motivator. When we're bored, we'll do anything to get rid of it, even if it means doing actual work. So, lean into the boredom and let it drive you to be productive. Embrace the anti-routine life. So if you're tired of the endless routines and perfect schedules, maybe it's time to embrace the anti-routine life. Skip the fancy morning rituals, dive into work, and start with the hard stuff. Resist that dopamine trap called social media. Focus on one thing, and when you're really struggling to get started, just sit and do nothing. Routines are great, but sometimes a little bit of chaos and a whole lot of boredom are the best productivity hacks around. Let me know in the comments, are you team routine or team chaos? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.